Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you're joining us, and welcome to episode 4 of Life and Games, a podcast about life, games, and everything in between. I'm your host, Cameron Ford, and joining me today, the Google guru, Mr. Carl Southern. How you doing today, Carl?
Hey, I'm good. Just Googling away over here.
You really saved my butt the other day.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't figure out in Photoshop how to make an image inside of a shape, and this man was streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/sodapizzle.
Mm-hmm.
And you helped me while you were streaming.
Yeah, streaming and playing video games.
Yeah, you were
and
just
I
like...
Googled it real quick and sent them.
Because I couldn't figure out how to quantify that into Google.
Yeah.
I was like, how I do this move brain, like, I just couldn't figure it out. And he sends me one article, and I'm like, oh, great. Yeah. There we go.
See, I had no idea how to do it either. And he messaged me and he's like, hey, man, how do I do this? I'm like, I don't know. I'm streaming right now.
I thought about
he's
tipping,
like,
so you had to
He sends
answer.
me a video of his Photoshop screen. I'm like, I can't help you with this. Then, like, 5 minutes later, he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. So, like, midstream, like, I'm just like, okay, second monitor, Google something. Here's this link, man. I don't know.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
All right. So here's how the show works. Each week, we talk about things about life, games, and everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about this week, Carl?
So today, some interesting things here. Top of the list, Twitch, what you've been seeing me plug a lot. They've did a little bit of update on their rules around harassment and hateful conduct, which, good. We always want to make sure places are, nice, peaceful places. But the thing that caught my eye is that they actually banned the word simp. Now, for anybody who doesn't know what a simp is, I encourage you to Google it. I won't repeat the words, but the first three, it's an acronym, SIMP, and it stands for, God, I don't even remember what the first.
For the rest of the episode,
yes,
we're going to call it Squirrels in My Pants.
Squirrels in My Pants. But,
Take that.
Mm-hmm. So just Google simp, Squirrels in My Pants. So, yeah. And then, the next on the news is Chuck Schumer. You know who that guy is?
Yeah, he is the Senate Majority Leader.
Mm-hmm.
Democrat from New York?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think so.
New York City.
Yeah.
The Big Apple.
Old Chuck.
The big getting sued by Epic Games.
The big got ninja, I'm not seeing enough movement, NYC.
Yeah. Well, he's been touring some video games, a video game studio. In the capital area, New York, and he's pushing for this Game On program.
Oh, really?
Looking to jumpstart some development in video games. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Very interesting stuff. And then, third on the list, a little bit of some hot news. I think Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
You ever Netflix and chill, Cameron?
Time or two, yeah.
Time or two? Well, you might be Netflix and chilling with some video games here pretty soon because they're looking into dipping their toes in the video game industry. So it might be a good time to, might not, but that's some interesting things here.
I mean, if it's anything like what they've done for TV, more power to them.
Yeah, I mean they've made a pretty good success getting in on the video and movie side of things.
Yeah, so. I can dig it.
Okay, well, hopefully it's not just like GameFly.
They'll just start mailing.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to be the nerdy news to know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then on our deep dive, we're getting into some moms and some video games. I'm sure everybody's at one point had their mom weigh in on their video game habits, their parents. And this one mom, she wrote a little article. And I've got some things to say about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the article about?
She makes some claims about what video games are doing to her children, and I take exception with that. Zoe Williams, I take exception with your claims.
Where did she write the article?
It was on The Guardian.
Okay, so reputable news source.
Yeah,
published this article. Mm-hmm. We'll get into it.
All
right, but first, I heard you downloaded a new game this week.
Yeah, and that's about all I did. But
yeah,
for what we've been playing, actually, both of us have been incredibly busy this week.
Yeah,
I haven't had a ton of time to be playing new games, but I did purchase and download The Avengers. And hold on, get out of the comments. But before you tell me I wasted my money, let me explain to you what happened when I downloaded The Avengers.
Please tell me.
When they announced it, I was actually quite hyped.
Really?
Okay. First off, I love The Avengers.
Right. I mean,
I love anything Square Enix puts out, I'll probably spend money on. You have your Nintendo wall. I mean, we talked about this last episode.
Yeah.
Big Square Enix fan. Okay, JRPGs, my shiz. Although it's not a JRPG, it's got the name Square Enix. I'm going to give it some money.
They are indeed the publisher of that video game.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, what could go wrong? But, you know,
a lot.
Listen, yeah, don't get me wrong. But much like Biomutant, how I advised don't spend $60 on Biomutant, a lot of people did the same advice for the Avengers. Don't spend $60 on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it came up on $23 on Steam. It was on sale. Less than half price. And I thought about it, and I was like, well, I kind of wanted to give it a shot, just to have some fun with, and I was debating back and forth, so I jumped down in the reviews, the user reviews. And this man, I'll see if I can find him and give you credit.
Steam reviews?
Steam reviews.
Okay.
User reviews. People who've actually bought the game.
I didn't know if you're on Metacritic or
Steam.
on Steam. Okay.
Yeah. And he said, imagine it like this. It's not your Skyrim or your Horizon Zero Dawn or your, Zelda Breath of the Wild. No. This is your digital toy box.
Okay.
And it's your Captain America action figure, your Thor action figure, your Iron Man, and you just pick them up and smash them together, have fun for a little bit, and then put them back in the toy box and go. And I thought, you know what? Sold.
Wow.
Yeah. Because if a lot of times when we're going into like video games and movies, like the Mortal Kombat movie, if you go in there knowing what to expect, you're not expecting Schindler's List, you can have a good time for a reasonable price.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I downloaded it.
Set them expectations right here.
Yeah. And for the right price, $23.
Yeah.
I can have a time for $23.
What'd you think?
I played it for 5 minutes and it was time for bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just watch the intro cutscene and then you were like,
I watched the intro cutscene, got to the point where you were assigned your first little mission, like tutorial city, where you start out as a girl who's in this like convention, like on one of the big military ships.
Okay.
And she won she's in a competition for like fan fiction for the Avengers or whatever. And the first little
fan fiction.
Yeah, she wrote fan fiction for the Avengers, and there's a contest going on. And her first assignment or whatever is to go find like 5 copies of a comic book, and it's teaching you how to like locate objects and stuff. It's whatever. I barely got into it, and then it was time for bed, and I've been wanting to pick it up, but I've just been incredibly busy. But that's what I've been playing this week.
Cool.
What I intended to play.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we've been incredibly busy. I picked up Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Again. I played through about an hour of it today, which by the time you're seeing this, there should be a video on the Life and Games YouTube channel of me playing some of it. That game, I'm surprised at how jank it is. I wasn't expecting it. Like, the very beginning of the game has you trailing the father figure character, and they do one of the worst things in gaming ever, which is they make his walk speed slower than yours.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like...
Yeah.
I was like, ah!
Running catch up.
It was literally like 10 minutes of that. Yeah. And then he finally was like, we need to get there now. And he starts sprinting. I'm like, oh, okay. Now we're going to go.
Could have done this the whole time.
Yeah. It was supposed to be like some, high intensity, sneaky kind of deal. And it's just like, bruh.
Yeah.
Let's get on with it.
Ever heard of Momentum?
Yeah. That and the AI on the father figure character, like I was mapping him out as he was like walking certain directions. He just gets stuck.
Oh yeah,
on the environment sometimes, and just like walks in one way and is like, I need to go this way. Like,
well, I mean, what was good about it though?
Well, I was playing it on PS5, so it was very pretty.
Oh, I can imagine. Ooh,
it doesn't have a PS5 patch yet, which I hope is coming, but I really want to play the sequel. Because it looks really, really cool.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I got to get through this one, understand the story so that I'm not totally lost in the sequel.
Right.
But, I mean, the combat is still really cool. Like, the whole scanning the environment and seeing what part of the robotic dinosaurs you can knock off.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing is, like, you can use the pieces that you knock off of them as, like, equipment.
Yeah.
Like, the earliest mission has you, like, getting a bunch of the robot horses.
Right.
And they've got like fuel canisters on them. Knock off the fuel canister, pick it up, fire arrow.
A little bit of Monster Hunter vibes going on over here.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play more of it.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you take us into the first news story?
So yeah, top of the list is Twitch. They're overhauling the rules on sexual harassment and hateful conduct, which I want to go ahead and get ahead. I want to provide some opinion on this. But I want to go ahead and get a hold of the head of the situation and say I am in favor of 95% of what they're doing here.
Okay.
95% of it.
95.
95%. Maybe even 98%.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the idea of them cutting down on sexual harassment, who would be against that?
Right.
The only beef would be the way that they're doing it.
Mm-hmm. Now, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to be wrong
this time.
I'm willing. Yeah, I really am. Like, I'm willing to be wrong, but this is just kind of thinking through.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and see what they're talking about here. So some big things are the main thing that caught my eye was they're banning the word simp. Now, a lot of the times, okay, what do you use the word simp for? Like, who are you calling a simp, Cameron Ford? What activities do you have to witness to get that word out of your mouth?
Typically, I personally, if I am to use it in my normal everyday vernacular, I use it referring to an individual who is either spending a lot of money or just giving a lot of their time and resources to an individual based solely on visual and not receiving anything in return.
Okay.
So, if a very popular website these days, OnlyFans, people that spend exuberant amounts of money on these websites when that sort of material is available elsewhere for free, expecting to get something out of it. Your guys that they tune into a Twitch stream and they tip the streamer an exuberant amount of money because of the way the streamer looks, not necessarily because of the content, but just because of their visual appearance. That's what I associate with the squirrels in my pants.
Yeah, I forgot to use the.
It's okay.
I forgot to use.
I think we're allowed.
See, I'm a Twitch affiliate, so I'm really trying to be touchy on this.
Oh no, the ROM.
The ROM.
Technical difficulties.
What are those?
That happens.
So I'm really trying to step lightly around this because I don't want to get banned off the platform.
Right.
But I would agree with you that I would maybe I would use it in the squirrels in my pants in that mode, but I would alter the definition a little bit.
Really?
I would say they're in a bit of a relationship that isn't reciprocal, where they're giving lots of attention, compliments, and money in a very just sort of desperate seeming way.
Yes.
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
To an individual, typically it's a man to a woman.
More often than not, yeah.
Man to a woman, and they're expecting something in return, or expecting that they're going to, advance a relationship with this person because of how much attention and like money and gifts and compliments they're giving them.
Right.
And the amount that they're doing is disproportionate to the perceived. Now, this is going to be, a general or a, what's the word I'm looking for? Broad, yes. So the observed attractiveness of the woman.
Okay.
So the amount of attention and money and compliments are disproportionate to what some might think the person deserves.
Have you ever seen the movie Hitch?
Mm-hmm.
The
M and what my is replacing in the squirrels in my pants. If you know what it means.
I don't know. I didn't know it was an acronym.
Yeah.
I thought it was just.
Yeah.
You'll have to tell me later. That sounds hilarious.
Google it. So it's SIMP.
Yeah.
And what I was trying to say is, they are.
You are so scared right now.
I'm a little. I'm like, I don't want to. Well, the word M. It's M, and they're giving lots of big compliments and lots of money, and just bro, calm down.
Yeah,
just calm down, man.
So the thing that gets me about this is, this is not like one of the 7 words you can't say on television.
Yeah.
It is straight up an internet era made up word that people, typically the younger generation has created. There's a whole list of words that people are using as insults now, or just in general conversation. So they took a word that the internet created, and it is now so offensive that it cannot be said. I'm pretty sure the rules are, you can say it, but you can't say it in a harmful way. Like the streamer
let's
itself.
get into that. Again, I am not a fan of like insulting people, like harassing people.
Yeah.
I am a fan of trash talk. I love trash talk.
Absolutely.
As long as it's welcome. And that's what they're doing here. So what they said in their update, their post, it says enforcement will also depend on signals from targeted individuals. In cases where potentially offending behavior is more subjective, in the event of a more subjective situation, for example, competitive banter or trash talk will rely on signals from the person being targeted or their mods, so that way we can take appropriate action and avoid punishing users in situations where that behavior is welcome. So it seems like they're not going to ban you if you're in trash talk and like if you're receiving it, but you're taking it in jest.
Yeah.
You're taking it in stride and you're maybe dishing it back out. It's a little bit of a back and forth.
It sounds like everything's okay until somebody gets offended.
Yeah, and well, basically, it's like if it's time to stop when people start getting their feelings hurt, I guess, or it devolves from back and forth to just straight up harassment.
Right. And if I'm not mistaken, there's actually 3 words they banned.
Well, it's not that they listed a certain set of words.
It's just the
so if you go to their hateful conduct and harassment policy, there's a ton of bullet points. And what I found here is under sexual harassment, the thing that I believe talks about, the word, the squirrels in my pants, is there's a bullet point. These are prohibited on Twitch. And one of them is commenting on another person's perceived sexual prowess or lack thereof.
Okay.
And so it's not like there's a list of words. Or no, here's another one. Repeatedly negatively targeting another person with sexually focused terms such as or virgin.
So both ends of the spectrum.
So, yes, so it's not like they posted, this is a list of words you can't say.
Right.
It's like, this is the intent that you cannot have.
Makes sense.
So, which is,
So you're in favor of this?
Yeah. I mean, of course. Yeah. I like it. The thing that I wanted to bring up is, my concern was if you see somebody, with squirrels in their pants.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good to call them out on it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's not good.
Like your homie, like you're looking out for him, or you mean like if it's just happening, like if you're the entertainer.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Like quit simping, bro.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
straight
bro,
up
for your own health, you gotta stop. Like
if
I see somebody like dropping $500 a stream on certain individuals, or if somebody are posting certain pictures and they're just going way over the top.
Yeah.
With the compliments and the just it's cringy behavior. They need to know.
Yeah.
You gotta let them know.
My man, you don't have to pay a lot of money on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Don't be a simp.
No, man. Just don't.
Man to man.
Yeah. Like, we're not trying to be hateful. We're looking out for you.
Yeah.
If you've got, I'd say, more than $10 a month going to that website, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Like, you want to support your girls.
Sure.
But there's a line when it comes to
at a certain point, they're just taking advantage of you.
Yeah, and exactly that's the thing. Like if to me, someone with squirrels in their pants, they're being taken, they're exploited a little bit. They're it's like exploitation. It's like
you just hate to see it, man.
Yeah, buck up. Come on, man. You gotta
just don't.
Yeah, woo. It's cringy. I don't like to see it.
I mean, if you're a person who just loves to support certain content, I'm not gonna tell you how to spend your money.
Yeah.
But I will say, maybe reconsider a little bit.
Yeah.
There are other things you can spend your money on that isn't that.
Sure.
And if you do that, make sure you understand that transaction is totally one-sided.
Yeah, and if you get that, that's not... See, I don't think that's having squirrels in your pants. If you understand that it's, a one-way street, more or less, you ain't simping.
You keep saying it.
I know, I'm sorry. But I'm just saying. If you understand that, hey, I'm giving this girl some money and, I'll never get a date with her. Yeah. That's never going to happen.
If you're just, if you understand the transaction, more power to you. But if you think there's anything you're going to get out of it other than the product that they're selling.
Yeah. And that's what I want to see. And on Twitch, if we're talking about somebody who's just being nice and they're dogpiling on you, claiming you've got squirrels in your pants. Yeah. No, that's not cool.
Yeah.
But if
maybe just don't be mean to people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because we both love insult culture. Like, it's kind of fun to just take somebody down a peg sometimes.
Yeah.
Specifically those that are like way, people that
if you're getting
they don't care.
ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest thing about, I don't know about just society in general, but like in our culture,
Yeah.
we're like, if you're getting a little ridiculous, somebody's got to take it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's good for you.
Yeah. Check your bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
People get silly sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And without someone there to regulate them,
Yep.
they're just going to get sillier and sillier until who knows what happens. Off the rails, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah. So just to kind of bring it up, I don't support harassing.
Yeah. No.
Another reason why I wanted to bring this up today is in their first, and I don't know if you know about this, but in the very top of the hateful conduct and harassment policy, in the first paragraph, there's a sentence, and which is one of the things that really caught my eye. You ready for this?
Sure.
Okay, you ready for this? Oh, I can already feel people getting a little antsy about this one.
Come on, man.
All right. So, quote from the hateful conduct and harassment policy. Twitch prioritizes minimizing harm to our users over freedom of expression.
Wow. Wait. What?
Twitch prioritizes minimizing harm to our users over freedom of expression.
Dang.
That's in the policy.
That's,
so we know where they stand.
Yeah.
And I'm not disagreeing or agreeing, but I just know, I know that's not going to sit well with some people.
They're a private company that can do what they want.
Yeah, but I know that there's people out there right now. They got their jimmies are rustled. I see you. I see those rustled jimmies right there. I get you. But I mean, like you said, they're a private platform. They got a space to maintain over here.
Right, a safe one
Mm-hmm.
per se.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, and I think this is just symptomatic of the YouTube entertainment, YouTube media, just becoming a little bit more like the old TV days.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I love the Wild West nature of the internet. I love being able to find whatever content you're looking for.
But you need advertisers.
Yeah. Is that? I bet you that's the main draw too.
Well, they need people on their platform, and they don't want people being bullied off their platform. I mean,
that's kind of their culture, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, not anymore.
Or it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's been neutered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
But they go on to say
the market will thrive.
Yeah, they go on to say in the next paragraph, we support users who express diverse or unpopular points of view, as long as this behavior is not hateful or harassing. So I think that you can say whatever you want. You can express unpopular opinions. You can be unpopular opinion puffing.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be harassing people, which is fine.
That's fair.
Fine.
Yeah.
If you want to claim that your freedom of expression is harassment, if that's how you want to express yourself, bro, you can go somewhere else.
Well, I'm sure there will be another site that will house these people. Like I said,
4chan's always around.
Yeah, that's very true. 4chan Live.
Oh goodness, the internet is not ready.
Nothing
for
but
4chan
Pepe's
Live.
everywhere.
Yeah. Oh god.
All right, why don't you take me into the second news story?
Okay, second news story, a little bit better. A little bit, not better, but a little bit better news.
Less heavy.
Less heavy. I don't know what to say. I'm saying words here. Maybe they make sense. Chuck Schumer. We talked about him a little bit earlier.
Yep. Senate Majority Leader of the United States Senate. Democrat.
Them United States of these states of America.
Yeah. This one.
The Union. You ever heard of Union Jack? That's a whole other country.
What?
Yeah.
Just get to the next.
Coming back across the pond, we're talking about Chuck Schumer, and he's championing this Game On Accelerator program, where they want to put a big video game hub in New York City, or New York region.
Okay.
He was traveling in Troy, New York, pushing for federal support to boost the region's burgeoning video game industry and establish the region as a global hub for games. This is coming from The Verge.
That's very weird.
Or TimesUnion.com.
Very weird.
Oh, it's very cool.
I mean...
Very cool. So...
Wait, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What? My political bias may show a bit, but I don't understand why a non-essential thing would become part of the federal government.
He explains that a little bit. He was saying that low-paying, low-skilled jobs disappearing. In these United States, jobs are becoming more and more high-skill, more and more high-wage, and we need to train people for these kinds of jobs. Increasingly, things are getting automated.
Yeah, I was going to say
Things
they
are
can't
getting
replace
shipped
game
overseas.
developers with automation.
Yeah.
So,
You can't, I mean,
they could try.
retail, low skill retail jobs, low skill jobs are going the way of the dodo. I've
Yeah.
said a million times, by the time we're old, there won't be any burger flippers.
Mm.
There won't be any order takers. There will be barely any call center workers. Truckers are going. It's going to be rough if you don't have any skills. You got to have skills. It's going to be a skill-based economy.
You need skills to pay
Coming
the
soon.
bills.
Mm-hmm. It's not just, you cannot, it won't be too long for you won't be able to sell your hours, just your hours.
Okay, I understand that.
So
But what do the feds have to do with video games?
Well, video games are
Mhm.
a burgeoning industry,
Sure.
high-paying jobs that require skill, and
Right.
we need people to work. And one of the jobs of the government is to make sure that people have something to do, a way to earn their living, protecting its citizens, right? So an aspect of that is, okay, we recognize, I mean, if you're in charge of the well-being
Mhm.
of a population, and you see, oh man, there's going to be a lot of people out of work if they don't get some skills. So we need to figure out a program to give some people some money so they can start training some people up. Because the last thing you want as a government, somebody in power,
Mhm.
is a bunch of broke, jobless people with nothing to do. Because
That's
who are
fair.
they going to blame? You, and whose heads are going to? I mean, remember France?
Chop, 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 chop.
The
Ever heard of a
country?
guy named what was it? I forget his name. The French Revolution. You ever heard of that?
Oh, King Henry? Was it Henry?
No, it was English.
Louis?
Prince Louis.
Prince Louis?
Yeah, how long did he have his head?
Not very long.
Not too long.
So, okay, typically in these arguments, you play the devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
But for me,
Grab that pitchfork, my guy.
okay, first off,
Mhm.
anytime the federal government does something,
Mm-hmm.
it is coming from the tax dollars of its citizens.
Sure.
So therefore, our representatives who represent us are spending our money, right?
Yeah, I mean,
If the goal is to get more highly educated, skilled workers in the workforce, why are they worried about video games instead of, like, I don't know, maybe making college a little more affordable, maybe subsidize it? Give people the ability to branch
What
out.
they're doing. I mean, they're giving money to this consortium.
Consortium.
Okay, so let's read a little bit more here.
Okay.
I don't know how to say this. Rensselaer County creating a video
New York?
gaming accelerator. It's in the process of an industry, creating an industry there that would support the rise of video game companies. So they're trying to start this little group,
Okay.
that's
Well, look,
helping to kickstart
let me ask you this.
video game.
It's in New
development.
York, right?
Yes,
Chuck Schumer is the senator of New York.
I guess so.
Is this a federal thing, or is it because
Well, there's
he's
a grant.
representing
So
the
there
state?
is
Because the state, I get.
there's a county that's applying for aid, and
Okay.
he's saying, "I support this."
Okay, that's a little different. I thought it was just like the feds being like, "Yo, video games." If it's like a small government type deal, and they're
They're
just looking
applying
for
for
aid.
federal money. They want federal money.
Oh, it's federal money.
But they don't only want federal money. They say that they're looking at benefactors and federal money. So what they want to do is
Weird.
help, build this industry.
Right.
So I think if the government is going to spend money on anything,
Mhm.
I think the government giving money to other people who know better what to do. Like, I probably wouldn't support like the federal video game camp where the federal government is going to.
I mean that's what
train you
this
how to do.
sounded like.
No, it's not.
Initially,
It's not. It's them
The
giving
headline
money.
got me.
It's them giving money to people who know what they're doing, and I support it.
I'll be interested to see how this one
Mhm.
plays out. That's for
Because
sure.
I mean, anything that gets more video game developers out there, I
Yeah.
like.
Sure.
I like.
It's just a matter of, there are better things, I believe, personally, that the federal government could spend its money on. Like maybe general education as opposed to a niche thing.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're only applying for $750,000.
That's
not.
it?
It's
Oh.
not a whole lot of money.
I mean, that's a lot of money, but for something like that, yeah.
I
I don't know why that made headlines then if it's so small. Most of those things are just
right.
because
Well, it's
an
from
abnormality.
it's from what's called the Federal Economic Development Administration.
Okay.
So I imagine there is a whole, division for stimulating the economies, developing some economies.
That makes sense. I
And
mean, unemployment's at an all-time high right now.
Mhm.
I mean, just because of everything going on. It makes sense that they would need a little bit of a
Right. Some people.
get to work.
Was that a drug abuse reference?
Oh, no.
But yeah, no, I support it.
No,
I mean, if there is an economy that is trying to grow, and if they can get help, let's get that help, man. Let's get that economy growing, and let's get these people some skills and some jobs.
What does a government video game look like?
It's not a government video game.
Well, a government-funded video game.
It's a government-funded. No. It's not a government-funded video game.
Well, if they're funding the studio, they're making what
I mean, there's already the ESRB, so
yeah. Well, not the rating system, but like, okay, shareholders dictate what the company does. If the major shareholder is the U.S. government, they dictate the course of
$750,000 is not going to get you a major shareholder stake in anything.
Yeah, I guess
it's not. It's just a little. It's a little stimulus check.
A little stimulus
for a video game development.
Yeah, that's a
little stimulus check.
What? Probably.
I mean, one game is like millions of dollars.
Huh?
One game is like millions of dollars. It seems to me from what I'm reading.
Yeah, maybe they're just making like little.
From what I'm reading, this is training. This is development centers, right? This is hiring some people. This is getting the training in there.
Mm-hmm.
This is getting everything started. Money. There's that startup money. And then, of course, they're seeking private investment as well.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Most of the money is going to come from private investors, where they're just applying for a little bit of government money.
I wonder how many video games Chuck Schumer plays.
Oh, probably none.
He's probably like, the kids love it.
Yeah, he's just out here.
Can you make Fortnite?
Well, I mean, the big company that he was talking about was Valen Studios, and they made Mario Kart Live. They worked on Guitar Hero.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm on board.
Yeah.
I love me some Guitar Hero. I miss it.
Yep.
Activision.
Yep. Well, I'm sorry. A little bit of misinformation there. The two brothers that started Valen Studios worked they made another company that worked on those games.
Okay.
And then they came out and made
But
their
if they're
own.
still the heads of, I mean, if it's those guys, it's that company. Right?
Sure.
The company
I mean, they don't have all the talent, but they have the vision.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah. I'm about it, and I think it's great.
Chuck, give me Fortnite 2, Half-Life 3.
Oh, yeah. You're going to need more than $750,000 for that.
Make it. I want it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What other demands do we have for our
government games
in the U.S. Senate?
As
a taxpayer, you get to dictate.
As a taxpayer, what I want is I want streams on TV. I want cable streams, video game streams.
Like on network television?
Yeah, network television.
They probably already. No,
I don't know. I'm saying this purely as a bias from a streamer.
Bring back G4.
Oh yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. Bring back Attack of the Show and X-Play. Oh my god, yes. That's what I want. We need
reruns of Cops all night.
No. I don't know.
Code Monkeys.
No. Code Monkeys, yes. X-Play, yes. Oh man, remember?
Man, I miss Attack of the Show.
I do too, man. That was the best.
Kevin Pereira and Olivia Munn. Yeah.
Yes.
She was Psylocke in the X-Men?
I don't know.
I think that's right. She's the purple chick. It was really
the
cool.
wave of nostalgia.
Yeah. Attack of the Show.
Remember getting off from school and just like, Attack of the Show, bro.
Heck yeah. They had all those banners everywhere.
It was so legit, too. It's like, these guys are talking about video games, and they're in a flipping news studio.
They kind of were doing a better version of this.
Oh, yeah.
One day, we'll be your Attack of the Show.
Attack of the Show, people, whoever owns that IP, give us money and we'll do it.
Yeah. Give me money and I'll do stuff for you.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
So,
take me to number 3.
Number 3. Número tres.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got to throw a little Spanish in there.
All right.
Tres.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Mm-hmm. 3.
Yes.
Three.
Mm-hmm.
That's Swedish.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that.
Netflix. They're getting in the video game industry.
Big company.
That's a big old company.
Indeed.
They want to make some video games. What do you think about that?
Everybody's getting in on it now, huh?
I mean, it's a hot stuff.
What's next? Walmart becomes a publishing arm of a video game division?
I wouldn't doubt it.
But what other big ones? Probably beat. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon was like, we're going to put video games on the moon.
You can already play Cyberpunk on a Tesla.
Oh my god. Of course you can.
They even talked about it. They were like, you can play Cyberpunk in it.
Wow.
But, yeah.
All right, so what's Netflix thinking about doing?
So reports are saying, word on the street is, heard through the grapevine, they're looking for an executive. They want to head up an expansion into video games.
So they're still currently like exploring, right?
They're looking around.
No money dropped.
They're making some phone calls.
No studios open.
taking some meetings.
or acquisition. But
Writing
they're
some
just
letters.
like, I wonder if.
Yeah. They're swiping left.
So it should be noted that
Swiping
Netflix.
right.
Nah.
Yeah.
Netflix has some interactive media on
Oh, yeah.
their service.
They worked on some games, too.
Yeah.
Stranger Things video game.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I totally
Mhm.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
But the big one I'm thinking of is like Minecraft Story Mode.
Mhm.
You can play that on your TV right now on
Mhm.
Netflix. They've got that special little icon on certain things that are
Mhm.
interactable media.
So they tell the Polygon. They're talking with Polygon.
Oh,
having a
they're
chit-chat.
actually coming out. This isn't like some breaking something.
So
They're
what
just
they
like,
said is
hey.
they're excited. They want to do some more interactive entertainment. And they gave this statement.
Okay.
It says, our members value the variety and quality of our content. No. Do you value the variety and quality of Netflix's content?
I think so. There's
Think
pretty
so.
much something for everyone.
All right. So fact checkers, we're on there. We're on the up and up now.
Got them.
It's why we've continually expanded our offering. From series to documentaries, film, local language originals, and reality TV.
I'm not a big fan of their reality TV.
No, okay, so we're not so much on the up and up. I actually didn't know they did reality TV.
No, I mean,
I'd kind of ignore all reality
well, they
TV.
do all the cooking shows, like Great British Baking Show.
I guess that's reality.
My partner loves that show.
That what's that show? Nailed It.
You
I
know,
love that. I love
I don't
that.
want to see bad cooks. That sounds
I love
horrible.
it. No, Bad Cooks is better than the Good Cooks. It's so cool.
The only with the Great British Baking Show, the only reason I find that show acceptable is because the host is old Greg from Mighty Boosh.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, oh, you're a thing.
Yeah. No, if homies out there, if you've seen Nailed It, my goodness, that's my favorite. That's something that I would do.
Well, there you go, reality TV. We figured it out.
Yeah. I just didn't consider that reality TV. That's more like a game show to me.
They don't do news, do they?
I don't think so.
Netflix
Interesting.
news program. There you
Netflix
go,
news.
$1 million idea.
You can have it for free.
Give me money.
$10.
Like and
members
subscribe.
also enjoy engaging more directly with stories they love through interactive shows like Bandersnatch and You vs. Wild.
What? You
or
versus
games
Wild?
based on Stranger Things, La Casa de Papel, and To All the Boys. So we're excited to do more with interactive entertainment.
I wonder what that means. Is there going to be like a Netflix controller? Kind of like Google Stadia?
Oh, I hope not.
Or are they thinking
so here
more...
we go. Speaking of Google Stadia, it brings
Okay.
up a good point. Okay, a lot of these companies that are doing cloud gaming,
Yeah. Xbox, Sony. all of them.
Xbox, Sony, Nintendo,
They're not.
Nvidia,
Nvidia, yeah, the Shield's a big deal.
Nvidia Shield, Nvidia
Oh, wait.
GeForce Now.
Nintendo is doing it with their play in the
Mhm.
cloud games
Mhm.
that are just like too big for Switch.
The ones that are sticking around, what's the recipes for success there?
Playing it on your phone.
I'd say a big one.
Hmm.
A big one's going to be exclusive titles.
Or just having games, period.
Apple Arcade, still kicking around.
Yeah.
Sony, kicking around with those exclusives. Nvidia, a little bit different, but they got those AAA games.
Yeah, and Nvidia has that huge Chinese market too.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing about that is, I don't know if you knew this, on the Nvidia Shield in China, they put a bunch of Nintendo games on there because they don't release Nintendo consoles in China like that. So on the Shield, you can play like Mario Galaxy, you can play like Mario Kart.
So there you go, exclusives.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't have exclusives?
Google.
Stadia.
Yeah.
Man, who's playing Stadia?
I had a free controller and it's
so my question is, what happens with Netflix when they launch this gaming? So if they don't do these more of these TV shows, I don't see them surviving.
Well,
I think they're going to do heavily on this interactive TV show thing, and then they're going to have a couple games like you said, Minecraft Story Mode and such.
I don't know. I mean, if they do, like we said, if they are taking this as seriously as they took taking over the TV market by storm, they might be the new hotness.
They might.
I mean, if
I
they
don't
can
know.
if they get the money, which Netflix, as far as I know, they've got the money.
They got money, and they're not so much these days.
I mean,
The market's kind of fractured. Netflix used to be the only dog in town, but now you got
HBO Max, Amazon Prime,
Yep, Hulu,
Peacock.
Oh yeah, you mean The Office?
Yes, I do mean
the streaming service that has The Office and some other stuff that you don't care about.
Yeah. But I'd be interested to see. I mean, what if they do something crazy like they have a pretty close connection with CD Projekt since they worked with them on The Witcher? What if they just buy that studio?
Oh, The Witcher 4
Exclusively on Netflix.
Oh, that would be a good one.
What else?
If you can secure Witcher 4,
What if they buy Konami?
Castlevania. They wouldn't buy Konami.
They'd get Metal Gear.
Oh my goodness.
They could probably get Kojima
what's
back.
Metal Gear without? Oh, so if Netflix... Oh, bro,
Yeah.
you're talking Netflix...
Hot take.
Oh.
Netflix buys Konami.
No.
Sells their entire... Their whole market share in Japan is all pachinko machine. That's what they've been doing to stay above.
Pachinko.
And Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah.
If they just gut that, bring back Kojima,
Oh my god.
Metal Gear.
I would
On
love
Netflix.
it. Interactive Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, make it happen.
Yeah. What's his name? Gray Fox? No,
Mhm.
what's the... No, Psycho Mantis is just like, I saw you watching Stranger Things.
Oh my god, if they could do AI with that and just know what you're watching in AI, the voice acting. Oh my goodness.
That'd be cool.
Oh my. Or if like it okay, imagine this. Like in the first Metal Gear where you had to unconnect your controller.
Yeah.
What if Psycho Mantis comes in and you have to go and like he disappears
Mhm.
and you have to go looking through Netflix shows to go and find him?
That sounds horrible.
No, that sounds awesome.
I mean, like, the concept is cool, but it's just like, I'd give up pretty quick. Unless it's like you
suck.
go to the home screen and he's like moving around, you can kind of see where he's at.
Oh, it gives
Kind of
you
like a
trails.
Scooby-Doo doorway
Oh,
chase.
come on, that would be so
But if it's
cool.
just like, I'm in a show, Netflix's catalog is way too big.
Yeah, but come on, they wouldn't do that in a good way. Come on.
I'm in.
If they did it in a good way, that would be cool. Something.
It's
Come
also
on.
a way to kind of get people to check out things they probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, what was that first show that you mentioned that I had never seen?
The Bandersnatch?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that that's Black Mirror, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I
Mhm.
have watched Black Mirror. I just
Yeah.
haven't watched that. But that is cool because that game show,
Uh-huh.
it's an entirely like create your own adventure.
Yeah.
It's a movie that you choose what happens,
Yeah.
which is cool.
So, very cool. And I think they're going to go more in that way, but probably a little bit better. More than just like, think, you know who they might buy? What was that game studio that put that werewolf game out there in the Walking Dead series?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Mhm. They're very popular, and they did
They
Game
did
of
The
Thrones as
Walking
well.
Dead. They did the Batman game. Telltale.
Telltale.
But
Do
that-
stuff like Telltale games.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, Minecraft Story Mode is Telltale.
I think it is. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So they may already have that connection.
Maybe. Now here's the thing. The final take.
Oh, the
Yeah.
hottest of takes.
The hottest of takes. They need to remake. If they're doing this,
Oh boy.
they need to make a remake of Night Trap. Remember Night Trap from the 90s?
Yeah.
The game that's responsible for the ESRB?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of risque. Well, I mean, these
in
days, not really.
2021, you know how tight that would be? Night Trap is such a cult hit and has such a reputation. If you logged in on Netflix one day and you're like in the know,
Mm-hmm.
you saw Night Trap, you click on it. There's no way you don't.
I mean, I don't know about the general audience, but us, sure.
I think
I'd
there's
check it
people
out.
that subscribe to Netflix just to play the Night Trap remake.
Netflix and chill and Night Trap?
Yeah. For those who don't know,
Are you
Night
still-
Trap was an interactive game
Mhm.
published by Sega. And
Was it really Sega? I didn't know that.
Sega. In the 1993.
Oh.
And it was a controversial game.
My good man, I believe that was the year you were born.
It was the year I was born. It was when I was but a wee lad. There was a
A
game.
sparkle in my father's eye.
Ooh. A swimmer in the... Anyways, there was a game. It's called Night Trap. And the premise of it was there were 5 girls that were invited to a house, and they went missing.
Okay.
FBI wants to investigate. The parents insist that the girls left the house that night and refused to cooperate.
Okay.
The FBI insists. They find some tapes, and they send they find some cameras in the house or
Mhm.
something like that. There's a series of cameras in a house. Then the 5 girls get invited to another slumber party. This time they sneak a secret agent in there, and you play as like people watching the cameras
Yeah.
to try to figure out what's going on. And it's like a pre-recorded movie, like actual live actors and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to like switch between cameras and see what's going on with these girls and everything and solve the mystery. Without giving too many spoilers, the main reason that this caused a lot of controversy is there's a particular scene in the movie where this girl is getting attacked.
In the game?
And, yeah, it's a little bit disturbing.
Okay.
They claim it's promoting violence on women because some clothes get torn off. There's more than... You ever seen that meme with the girl and then there's the guys standing behind the couch? It
yes.
gives off those kind of vibes.
Oh.
Kind of.
Wow.
A little
Okay.
Now it's time for the deep dive.
Deep dive.
Deep dive. You ever had a crappy job?
Yeah, plenty of them.
What did it feel like to have a crappy job?
I mean, most of the time, crappy jobs are not fun to do and don't pay very much.
Would you ever describe that as being a wage slave?
I mean, I guess that's fair. Yeah.
You ever had fun being a wage slave?
No.
No
haven't.
fun, huh? You ever coordinated with your friends?
What do you mean? Like,
with being a wage slave? You ever had some good coordination?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Build good teamwork.
That's good. Well, this woman here, Miss Zoe Williams, she says, video games have turned my kids into wage slaves, but without the wages. Yeah.
Wow.
Dropping the slave word on us here.
That is.
Yeah.
Wow. That's an article?
Article at The Guardian. And she's got some assertions here and she's got some opinions and a perspective that I just feel very weird about.
Okay.
Yeah. So, right off the bat, the article is it just gives me the impression that she's maybe disconnected with her children. And I wonder if she's ever spoken to her kids about their experiences playing video games.
Okay.
Because she introduces, her 3 children, obviously not their names, but their ages and the games they play. So, they play, an 11-year-old plays Fortnite, 13-year-old plays Genshin Impact.
What a weeb.
And another one plays Hitman.
Hitman.
Yeah.
How old is this child? Because that is a mature rated video game. Sounds like she's a bad parent.
She says Mr. Z, so maybe that's her husband or something.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she describes Genshin Impact as a whimsical open world environment game, and then she says whatever the hell that means.
Wow.
Like,
talk about out of touch.
Yeah, like, did she even bother trying to understand what her kid finds enjoyable about this game?
Why would they even run this article?
Well, because it's a mom concerned about video games, and they're gonna get clicks from other moms that are like, video game bad. My kids play video games, and I don't know how to talk to them, so video game bad.
Yeah,
that's the vibe I'm getting, honestly, from this, and I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but it's like this article's coming across as a little out of touch and just a little like venting.
Yeah, sounds like it.
She says, watching her kids playing video games, she said she feels like a manager of a high-tech sweatshop.
A high-tech sweatshop?
Yeah, a high-tech sweatshop.
Dude, that is not okay.
That's the part that made me think, like, are you talking to your kids? Like, are you just watching them and just like being quiet and getting your jimmies rustled? I know that's the 3rd time I've said that, but that's the theme of the week, I guess.
Yeah,
some rustled jimmies.
Rustling them jimmies.
Like,
wow, dude.
So have you ever seen a sweatshop?
Not in person,
but you've seen some videos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had one described to you.
Yeah.
Would you say a house full of preteens playing video games is gonna be like a sweatshop?
No.
Granted, now I don't know these kids. But I mean, I know video game culture and the games that she's talking about. And,
ooh, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, they're all playing games that are, aside from the husband, are free to play.
Mm-hmm.
And free to play games can seem like work sometimes, because in order to get out of buying the thing, you have to work.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that aspect, but that is some pretty gross exaggerating.
She's going way deep on it.
Yeah.
So. And like you said, her fear, she says she's not afraid of them becoming addicted or getting enough fresh air or whatever, or the life lessons they may or may not be learning. She says it's too much like work, doing task-driven, repetitive, monotonous, but immersive, and sometimes frustrating things.
I mean, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong, but the point that I had is she's leaving out the key ingredient to this whole situation.
Fun?
Fun! These kids are having fun.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking you at the beginning of the situation. Like, have you ever had a job? Did you ever have fun while you were doing it? Mm-hmm. Even though it was task-driven, repetitive. Sometimes it can be monotonous, but boy, I can guarantee you these kids are having a ball.
Right. So, one thing that does come to mind is, you ever been in a situation where you're playing a game and it's really frustrating you, you're getting really mad, and then later on somebody asks you how your experience was? Like, the people that enjoy the Soul series, they sit there and they break controllers, and then when asked about it, they're like, oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah. It was like, I had a good time.
Yeah.
And when you finally beat that boss, you're like, oh, you feel so good.
Yeah. No, I've been in that situation where it's just rage.
Yeah.
And then the relief you get when you finally have victory.
Yeah.
You finally get that chicken dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Victory Royale.
Yes, sir.
The numero uno.
Numero uno.
It feels good.
Oh,
It's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what the theme keeps popping in my head.
Mhm.
Is like, is she talking to her kids? Does she understand them?
I mean, we
So
can't
I feel
assume.
like no. I
but-
feel like no based off of her reaction.
I mean, what are the kids going to say? It's just fun, Mom.
Or maybe. Or like, hey, there was another article I read, and I'll link it down below,
Mhm.
of another mom who had a completely different experience with video games.
Okay.
She drew closer to her kids, understood them better, and, improved her relationship with her kids because, you know what she did?
What did she do?
Took an interest in their relationship with video games. Ask them questions. What's your favorite video games? What do you like about it?
Sounds like my mom.
Right. And so it's like, instead of feeling like a manager of a high-tech sweatshop,
I love that.
she-
High-tech sweatshop.
yeah.
Just imagine like all those video footages
Mhm.
you've seen in sweatshops,
Mhm.
except the robot people, like
Right.
cyborg people. And there's
Yeah.
like neon everywhere and RGB.
Just RGB. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So just because I've seen those other stories,
Mhm.
and I've seen what these parents did to kind of bridge the gap between their children and the results that they had,
Yeah.
I feel like Miss Williams did not do those things,
No.
and maybe could benefit from doing those things,
It just-
and maybe avoid writing these boomer articles.
it is a very boomer
This is
article.
such a boomer article. Like, video games, my kids are wage slaves. Like,
That's so-
chill,
Just
mommy,
The
chill.
language of it is so
I know.
extra.
Just
You didn't
is
have
wrong?
to say that. That didn't need to be. I mean, I guess it worked because we're talking about it.
Yeah.
That is just so much.
What I'm afraid of is I feel like some other mom is gonna read this and
Yeah.
then like apply this without critically thinking about the behaviors her children are experiencing,
Mm-hmm.
or what's going on in their lives, and they're gonna just be like, yeah, video games do make kids into wage slaves, and then there's gonna be some tension there because she read this article.
Mm-hmm.
Now she associates Fortnite with wage slavery. And then, there's going to be a lot of FU moms, and there's going to be some broken Xboxes, some Wi-Fi passwords changed.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good.
No, we've seen plenty of that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I bought this Xbox. I'm going to destroy it.
Oh, yeah. Where's the lawnmower?
Yeah. Those are the best. I mean, they're terrible. I feel bad for the kids, but also kind of entertaining.
Ugh, I can't. It breaks my heart.
You ever
See
seen
those
that?
videos.
There's an older YouTube channel. I don't remember the name of it. Sorry if you're watching this. Doubt you are. But anyway, the dude just puts a bunch of stuff in microwaves
Uh-huh.
and like all the game consoles.
Gosh.
Like I remember when the PS5 first came out, he put a PS5 in a
What?
microwave, and it just
Oh. Triggered.
Yeah.
I am so triggered. Maybe that could have been my PS5.
Do you want a piece of tech? Do you want to see it being destroyed in front of you?
No. Like another channel like that, like Jerry Rig Everything.
Mm-hmm.
He does all these durability tests on smartphones and stuff. I can't stand to watch it.
Really?
It hurts me. Like he scratches them with like knives and picks and
Gotta
tries
know.
to bend them and like
Better him than me.
Yeah. Oh my
That's all I'll
goodness.
say.
So yeah. But yeah. So one thing that I did find quite interesting about this article though is she ends up saying in the last paragraph, the best solution I've come up with is to find a game of my own. Where she says she's been picking up 5 Nights at Freddy's.
It's literally a
So she says it's nothing like having a job.
bro. It's about having a job.
It's nothing like having a job.
Are you kidding?
It's like being trapped in a nightmare that's much more real than any of my nightmares. I love it. Zoe Williams, what's wrong? What's going on with you?
That game is literally about taking a
Yeah.
impoverished job.
Yeah, well, yeah. Zoe Williams doesn't think so.
It's like, not only are we going to pay you minimum wage,
Yeah.
evil robots
Yeah.
that are going to eat you.
So,
That makes it okay because
yeah.
you're scared. What?
The last thing I wanted to touch on this article is this part where she says,
I'm dumbfounded.
oh, I completely skipped over a whole nother point she made. She says it's too much like work and that she's afraid her kids are losing this point of their childhood
Mm-hmm.
where you have, this is quote, you have those years outside of the productive economy where no one thinks to measure your worth by the net value you create, where all you have to do is grow and be endearing.
Okay.
Which sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
that's kind of what childhood is.
Sure, why not? But
Where's the
but
problem?
but
Isn't that their time?
exactly. And I think she's got this picture of a childhood that she wants them to have
Mm-hmm.
that's counter to the childhood that they're growing into naturally.
I mean, I wonder what would be the alternative? Learn an instrument?
Mm-hmm.
Or, I don't know,
Well, that's a good one.
get real good at swimming?
What's the difference between that and, sports? Putting them in band, right? In theater.
Yeah.
A little bit different, but I mean, come on, it's there's tasks. You're measured by what you can create or produce.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these aren't young kids, 11, 12, 13 years old. They
Right.
need to start learning how to, I mean, because, okay, what do you want your kid to be when they grow up? You want them to be useful, right? That's the whole point of living in a society.
Yeah.
You got to be useful.
I want them to be happy.
But yeah, I mean,
But
how do you be happy? You're not going to be happy if you're useless and nobody wants to deal with you.
I don't know.
I mean, that's the question. I'm just saying.
What is happy?
But like, it's hard to be happy and useless.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
Providing services does spark joy.
it sparks joy for you. It makes people happy to be around
this
you.
happy?
Exactly. So,
But I will
learning
say,
to be.
a quick note to that.
Uh-huh.
You and I did the theater thing in high school.
Mm-hmm.
It was like having a job.
Yeah.
Every day we got out of school, we had to go to work.
But wasn't that great?
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fantastic.
I enjoyed it.
I loved it.
But it was work.
Yeah. It was hard. It was, sometimes it was repetitive because what's memorizing lines?
Incredibly repetitive.
Incredibly repetitive. Sometimes monotonous, wouldn't you say?
A bit, yes.
But when you got on stage and the theater was full of people,
it was all worth it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But it was like work.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of a paycheck, we got applause.
Exactly. Hang on. Sometimes.
Were we wage slaves?
Were we wage slaves without the wages? Oh, whoa.
Would you call it a cyberpunk sweatshop?
A cyberpunk sweatshop?
Or was that just what went on up here?
Yeah, I don't know.
With all the RGB and, what are they making, Teslas?
High-tech sweatshop. They're making iPads, bro.
iPads.
Jumping out of roofs in the nets.
Is that the ones where they have all the nets outside the building?
Foxconn. See that?
It's horrible.
Company. So the final thing I'll say about that is I feel like she feels like her kids learning to identify objectives and achieve goals is somehow depriving them of her vision of a good childhood.
I just
like where all they have to do is grow in being endearing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, what does it mean to grow? Right? And that's why I asked, what do you want to be? Like, you're a child, that means you're basically training to be an adult.
Oh, that's so weird to think about. But
yeah, I mean,
you're right.
It's true. Like, you have to learn how to operate in the world. You have to grow, right? And the part of growing is slowly taking on more and more adult activities so that you can be. I mean, the goal is when you die, you want your children to be able to take care of themselves. And they have to slowly build those skills.
Right.
And part of those skills can be learned through games like Fortnite. Coordination, being dependable, being able to provide value, being able to communicate effectively, which all these team-based tactical shooter games, it provides those skills, or at least gives you the opportunity to grow those skills.
I personally attribute a lot of my problem-solving skill to video games.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Magic the Gathering, for me, biggest thing.
Really?
It's a lot of strategy.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about, what your opponent's going to do. You have to do a lot of math, sometimes a lot of quick math.
A lot of math.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
it's
math,
not
a lot of
Yu-Gi-Oh
reasoning.
math.
Yeah. Math, reasoning, and logic.
Yeah.
You need a lot of it in these strategy video games.
I just think the whole thing, if you read that last stanza.
The last paragraph?
Yeah.
Super weird.
It's just like, this whole thing, we ain't going to worry about that. We're going to worry about, I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, maybe that gives me hope. And what I really wish this article was like 2 more paragraphs long.
Really?
Yeah. Because she comes in, it seems like she's kind of coming around. She says, the first line of the last paragraph is the best solution I've come up with is to find a game of my own. Like, I want to know, well, what? Well, what did you think about that? Since you started playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
She just said she's playing it. She didn't say how she felt about it.
She says, I love it. That's 3 words. But like, how does that affect, but that doesn't tell me anything about how you
relations with her children?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Is she like, hey, Foxy's scary, right?
Yeah, I need at least 1 or 2 more paragraphs.
Imagine if her kids being like, Zoomers are like, we don't play Five Nights at Freddy's anymore. That was like 3 years ago.
I don't know. Like, I feel like she needs to talk to her kids. That's sort of the biggest thing that I'm feeling like.
You got a problem? Talk to your kids.
Talk to your kids. Don't beat your kids.
You don't understand.
Don't write weird articles about your kids.
Yeah. Imagine the kid. She has her name on this article.
Mm-hmm.
She's at a PTA meeting or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Kids, the other children learn that Billy and Tommy's mom are. She's raging on the Guardian, just going full
boomer.
Karen mode.
Full boomer Karen is what I'm saying.
Is Karen one of those words we can't say on Twitch?
I don't know.
That sounds like something they would do. Oh, you can't call people Karens.
Yeah.
Oh
well. What are you gonna do?
I will say, we got an email this week.
We did.
Why don't
Guess
you read
who
it to me?
It's
your boy.
It's the one guy in our email inbox.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of which, come on, guys, send us some emails. Send us some questions. We'd love to hear from you. We will read your name. We'll feature you out if there's anything you want to know. Life and Games Podcast
at gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
And if you don't want us to read your name, that's cool too.
You can say anonymous, yeah.
Yeah. But shout out to you, Mr. Brian G.
Brian G.
We're actually, here's a little fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about potential monetization options.
Mm-hmm.
Adding a tier called the Garcia.
The Garcia tier.
Yeah.
I think the Patreon.
Yeah. Which we haven't done yet. We're probably going to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Until we can establish a good audience and, spark interest.
Yeah.
But that's hilarious. That was your... That
was mine
hilarious.
because it's like, first off, he mentioned us getting a Patreon.
Yeah.
And he's like always in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. Always in the email.
My man.
So it's like, you want to get that status.
All right.
Oh, you think you're a Garcia? Well, hold on, prove it.
Yeah. Are you the Garcia?
Prove it. Yeah.
What's he want to know this week?
What's he want to know? So he wants to know, I don't know what he wants to know. Let me go back over here to the run of the show. Little thing we got here. What do you think is the best character on Smash Bros? And what character is your favorite to play as? I'll let you answer that first.
Okay. So, if we're talking like of all time, because, it's different characters, different games. The best and the most fun are not necessarily the same.
Oh, right.
But we'll stick to.
I think I know what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna type this right here.
Yeah.
And you tell me if I get it right. So let me go ahead and we're gonna play a little game here.
Okay. And which game are you talking about?
Like, just
Ultimate, since it's the most recent title
of all time. Just the best of all time.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. And I'm gonna write this here.
Okay. I mean, that's the thing.
And you tell me, and we'll guess.
What is the best Smash character of all time?
Yeah.
I mean, the most oppressive one was probably Meta Knight.
He says Meta Knight.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Meta Knight.
I wrote Meta Knight. That stupid invulnerability he had.
Yeah.
And his forward
tornado.
B. Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me play as Meta Knight in high school.
So fun fact. He was banned in a lot. And then they did the same thing on the Wii U game. Was Bayonetta. Bayonetta was busty, wusty, uncounterable, hoo-ha.
Yeah.
But now, with Smash Ultimate, they're pushing patches all the time.
Yeah.
Actually doing balance in Smash.
Right. Oh, back in the day, there was no... In Brawl?
It was ship it.
Yeah.
Except...
whatever was on the disc, that's what you got.
Here's an interesting fact for you. There was one Wii game that got a patch.
Oh, really?
And you had to install the patch on an SD card from your computer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember those days?
Yeah. You put the SD card in the Wii, install the patch for the game.
Yeah.
You know why they gave that much of a hoot?
Why?
It was the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. It was a brick your whole game bug.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When you got to like the 4th or 5th area, or the 4th or 5th dungeon, there was a certain spot in the dungeon where if you go into a door, you could not get out of it.
Wow.
You turn it off, turn it back on, you're still in there.
Oh my goodness.
It was bad.
Okay.
It was enough
that's
to where
definitely
they're
what you need
like,
to do.
Whoops.
Nintendo. Come on, Nintendo.
Yeah, come on, man.
So Meta Knight, best one we've agreed.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite to play as?
I always really liked Pokemon Trainer. I was really excited when they brought the Pokemon Trainer back because it's 3 characters in one. And, I like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Little did you know. What's your favorite Smash character?
Oh, man, that's hard. I mean, my go-to for the longest time back in the N64 days was Link.
Yeah.
That was the first when I had a Nintendo 64, when that was current, Smash was the game, the one Smash.
Mm-hmm.
I'd play Link all the time.
In the first one, I was a big Pikachu guy.
Oh yeah, Pikachu
and Kirby.
Kirby.
I like
Oh,
floaty
goodness.
characters.
These days, I actually don't play a lot of Smash. These days, I have Smash Ultimate. I haven't put a lot of hours into it. So these days, honestly, I just kind of throw it on random and see what I get. I mean, I guess Link still. I've been playing a little bit of Dr. Mario.
Oh.
I mean, it's Mario,
Yeah.
but
he's
I like
headier.
the Doctor. Yeah.
And he's a doctor.
But he's a doctor, professor.
So when Smash Ultimate first came out, I actually was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get good at this.
Mm-hmm.
You know which character I chose to try and get good at?
Little Mac?
Nope.
No, hold on. Let me
He's
guess.
horrible.
Is it on this shelf?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of them, though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna try.
Okay, you get 3 guesses.
Okay. What's the franchise?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, is it too specific?
Yes.
Okay. Is it Duck Hunt?
No.
Okay.
That's 1.
Okay. Is it Pac-Man?
Nope.
Okay. Oh wow.
I'll give you one more hint.
Uh-huh.
It was a Japanese character.
Oh, is it one of the Marth clones?
No.
Okay.
It is not Nintendo first party.
Was it what's his name? The Castlevania character with the whip.
Simon?
Simon.
No.
Oh, geez, who was it?
Cloud Strife.
Cloud, of course. I should have known.
He is so fun.
Cloud is fun. Yeah.
Just having the limit breaks
Mm-hmm.
and having just when you get your limit,
Mm-hmm.
he's so fast.
Yeah.
His dash is so fast, and you get like cool limit break. He's
Mm-hmm.
a cool character.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Final Fantasy VII franchise.
Yes, sir.
I like Cloud, and they nerfed him, and now he sucks.
Oh, geez. Sucks? Really?
I mean, well, okay, he doesn't suck. He's just been taken down a peg,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not where you want to be.
Sure.
I mean, when the game first came out, you know what the best character in the game was?
No.
Inkling.
Inkling.
Yeah,
What?
because of its invulnerability when it goes into squid form.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yeah.
Meta
Turns out,
Knight,
invulnerability.
Bayonetta, Inkling.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be damaged. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there we go. Meta Knight is the best character. Cameron's favorite character to play as, you said, was Pokemon Trainer.
Yes, definitely
And
my
mine,
favorite.
I just kind of settled on Link because that's the GOAT, or the OG for me.
Have you tried Smash Ultimate Link? Like the normal one? Like the Breath of the Wild costume Link?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I like them
haven't.
bombs.
He's got the bombs. It's really cool. Yeah.
And
It's
you
just,
took
I'm so used to it because for all the years,
Mhm.
I would just play Link.
All right. And with that, I think we're going to go to our starting to close it down in our
Mhm.
shout out section.
Shout out.
Of course, every week,
Mhm.
I'd like to thank Eak Da Freak.
Shout out to Eek.
His new track has finally dropped.
Oh, man.
It is officially out in the world.
It's
Go
about as
check
fire
it out.
as this red laptop right here.
It is insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain. I'm sure we're going to get copyright striked.
Oh, yeah. It's just so close to the original.
Oh, yeah.
But no, check out Eek's music. All of his links will be in the description
Yes,
below
sir.
if you're watching on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And well, I don't know if I should announce it right now. We're planning on getting some guests
Yeah,
very soon,
I'm cool with that. I mean,
as soon as next week.
put the pressure on.
Put the pressure on.
It's
That's
out
right.
there.
So we'll be excited.
Yeah, might be having some things happen.
Some things. We're making some moves.
Some stuff. And some
We're
things.
shuffling some things around,
Mm-hmm.
adding some ingredients to the pot,
Potentially.
stirring it up.
Maybe.
Maybe there'll be a cake coming out of
Some
it.
sprinkles.
Mm.
You never
A little
know.
frosting on there. Now I'm just getting hungry.
I am.
Shout out to everybody watching this right now.
Yeah. You.
You. If you made it this far, you are a real one.
Yeah.
If you're sitting there with Brian and Jordan, you're watching still.
Yep.
Thank you, because you make this worth it. And you know, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do the cringy YouTube. Just hit that like button. You know,
Yeah.
it's very easy.
So,
You just move it. You do a little bit of this right here.
Yep.
A little bit of hold on.
likes are important and all,
Hold on.
but the thing I'm most wanting right now.
Gotta do that.
Ooh.
Gotta get that
You hear
clip.
that? Get that ASMR.
You just.
No,
gotta-
but
hold on.
honestly,
Clip.
the feedback we've gotten about the show has been really, really good.
Yeah.
And it's been really cool to see people in my personal life be like, hey, I loved your show.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
What?
yeah, it's really weird.
It's crazy.
The goal right now, small,
Mm-hmm.
We want to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube.
100. Why do we want to get to 100 subscribers?
So once we reach 100 subscribers on YouTube, we are able to get a custom URL.
Mm-hmm.
So as it stands right now, the Life and Games YouTube URL is not taken.
It's Life and Game. It's www.youtube.com/ that's our URL.
That's our URL.
We need it to be /Life and Games.
Yep. About 100 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
It's all ours.
So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, and I know it sounds cringy and you hate to hear it, but it really does help us out a lot. And we're trying to make some moves. We're trying to make good content, and part of that is being able to easily share
shareability
URLs.
Imagine if you're watching this and I just go to youtube.com/Life and Games.
Yep.
But right now it's go to youtube.com/
or search Life and Games.
Yes, and we still don't pop up.
I know, right? The
It's
YouTube algorithm is a cruel mistress in the beginning.
The only
and you
way
can
to
help us out.
I've gotten it to pop is Life and Games podcast.
Yep.
And you get episode 1.
Yep.
You don't even get the channel.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to really increase our visibility to people who will really enjoy this type of show, and you can be a part of that.
Our analytics show that only 23% of you are subscribed. Oh my goodness! You ever see?
I wish it was that many.
I know, right? Woo! Yeah. So along with you guys, we're also thinking of, like always, Brian Garcia, Jordan Connor, Tim Smith for being consultants on the show, always providing valuable feedback. And if you want us to call out your name, just give us that feedback. Whatever you think would make this more enjoyable for you.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid to hurt our feelings. I want to cry a little bit. I want it to hurt right there just a little bit. But you know what? We'll take it to heart.
Yep.
And we'll consider it fully.
Absolutely.
And that way you get something better to watch. Like, what? That's a win-win.
And if you're that guy on Reddit who disliked our video,
I love it.
I posted one of our videos into Reddit trying to get some more traction to the channel. That was a mistake.
It's the only video that got a dislike.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Reddit, man.
Some guy was like,
no, sir. Get this. Be gone. Yeah, so if you want some more, just be sure to follow us. We're on Twitter at Life and Games Pod.
Yeah.
We're Life and Games on Facebook. You can, if you want to see a little bit of my stuff, I'm on Twitch at soda_pizzle. Well, no, twitch.tv/sodapizzle.
There you go.
Twitch.tv/sodapizzle.
Yep.
Twitter _soda at.
Jeez.
I'm going to say this right.
Word vomit.
Chibi Robo,
about
help me out.
Monday through Friday at probably 8:30 p.m. ish.
I'm trying. 8:30 p.m. ish. It's hard.
How many times did I message you? Yo, are you live, bro?
Yeah. Well, yesterday was a bit of a thing.
Yeah.
I was running a little late, but
happens.
Twitch.tv/sodapizzle. Twitter soda_pizzle. YouTube soda game. YouTube.com/sodagamesftw because Soda Games was taken.
Oof.
Yeah, it's some Russian guy that's got like 20 subscribers.
How did he get it if he only has 20 subscribers?
Well, maybe he's got more. I don't know.
Oh. Maybe
a bunch of people unsubbed. I have no idea. And then, so that's the end of our show. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, hit the comment button, hit the follow button, hit the other buttons, hit the next video button, hit the YouTube button, hit the snooze button. Be late for work. Get some disciplinary action.
Potentially lose your job. Maybe get foreclosed on your home.
Hit the
or if
foreclosure
you're a renter,
button.
maybe get evicted.
And then come watch us.
Maybe have your car repoed. Have to go to McDonald's to get the Wi-Fi. But you know what? We'll still be here for you. As long as you can get that McDonald's Wi-Fi. I love you. Good night.
Bye-bye.
How long till I blow up and everybody show love? How long until I'm laughing at my critics like told ya? How long till I grow up? Stop drinking till I throw up? How long until the devil come to collect on what I sold him? What actually happens when you drown genius in acid? What would my baby mama say if I make $1 million off this rapping? What would the friends I made in the Navy say if they heard CS2 snapping? What would the man inside the mirror say if he ever caught me?
Oh, we're going to cut.
Yeah. Dude, I'm going to piss myself.
It's cut time.
Yeah. Well, you can cut it.
Okay. Intermission.